I am getting married in 2 weeks. Exactly 2 weeks, the day that I'm filming this. It is time to do some bridal prep. And I thought today I would take you along with me as I, do some things to prepare myself, my body, for this wedding. So that is what we're doing today. I hope you will join me. It's gonna be fun. So first, let me catch you up on what I have been doing. And the longest term thing I have been doing is IPL hair removal. My journey with IPL started at exactly the right time, so that now, in time for my wedding, my legs are hair free. This section of the video is kindly sponsored by Kenzie, but I'm very, very happy to share my experience with them again with you today, because this has been great. I'm very, very happy with the results I am seeing right now. IPL at home, laser-ish hair removal. Intense pulsed light is what this is. I wanted a more permanent hair removal method that I could do from home. It was in the middle of the pandemic and I didn't really feel comfortable going out for my laser appointments at the time. I felt like this would be a great alternative, and it has proven to be really, really great. I'm so happy with the results I've gotten. You can get results as quickly as 2 to 3 weeks. Full results usually come around 12 weeks. For me, it took a little bit longer to get my full results, but within a couple of months, I noticed very, very significant reduction in my hair growth, reduction in the speed at which my hair grows, and also reduction in the thickness of the hair. I used to have to shave once a day, honestly preferably twice a day if I want to be completely hair free. Since using this once a week is plenty, so it has cut down a lot of my time when it comes to hair removal. In my last video, I showed you a before and after comparison. As for the first 3 months, I only used this on one side of my body. Let me pull up that clip again of my 2 legs, one where I have been using it for 3 months and the other where I hadn't used it at all. And you can see a very dramatic, significant decrease in the amount of hair. So now my other leg has in fact caught up, and both of my legs are more or less hair free. Not completely, I do still have to shave, but like I mentioned, shaving once a week is plenty right now. I think I might even be able to get away with not shaving for 2 weeks. So when you buy one of these, you get the device, which is really nice and ergonomic, and a soft grip touch, falls really nicely into your hands. A 3-meter cord. There we go, which is long enough to use comfortably. It comes with a quick start guide, a color chart, because this unfortunately is not safe for all skin colors, so be sure to check that before you use it. The device comes with 10 years worth of flashes, and they have a 90-day money-back guarantee. So how you use this? Before you use it, you should always do a patch test first to make sure your skin reacts well to this. And if you're all good, then you can go ahead and exfoliate and shave your skin in order to make sure that the light targets the melanin in your hair. That is how it works. It travels through the melanin in your hair to target your hair follicle, make it, slow down. Plug in the cord. You push the flashing green button in the back here, which turns it on. Then you can choose your intensity. I have been using it on the highest setting. So then you just place it on your skin, click, it flashes, and that is how it works. If you hold this button for 5 seconds, it keeps flashing and you can just move along. That is how I do my legs. I put on a show, watch some YouTube, and just poop, 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 across my entire leg. By the way, this thing will not flash if it's not against your skin, which is great for safety. Yeah, again, people have seen results as quickly as in 2 weeks, which is fantastic. I can honestly highly recommend this. I am very happy with the results I've gotten so far. Kenzie have kindly offered my viewers a $50 discount. So you can use code Loepsie on kenzie.com to get your $50 off. There's also a link in the description box below. It takes you straight to the website. So definitely, if this is something that sounds interesting to you, be sure to check it out. Can highly recommend. And this is something that has helped me greatly in preparing for my wedding day. Speaking of hair, I have been trying to grow mine out fairly successfully, if I may say so myself. My hair is currently the thickest it has been in a long time, I think I can say. And my hair has definitely grown a lot longer. I am due a trim, very much so, but I want to leave my hair as long as possible for the wedding because I want to fill out my hair with some hair extensions and I want it to be as long as possible. And I actually think that ends that are a little bit scraggly, uneven maybe, just blend into extensions much better than a blunt cut. Yeah, what I have been doing to help my hair grow is I've just been taking very generic biotin supplements, and I can highly recommend that if any of you are suffering from, you know, hair that is getting thinner, falling out maybe, or that struggles to grow back. This has helped me a lot. Extensions. I want to wear some extensions on my wedding, especially because I want to do a half up, half down style. I feel like if I pull up half my hair, there just isn't that much left on the bottom here, and it doesn't look the best, and I don't really want to have, you know, see-through hair at my wedding. So I thought I would just pop in a few strips, maybe just 1 or 2 strips of hair extensions just to fill that out a little bit. I do want to trim that strip to the length of my hair. So I am going to cut some hair extensions. I'm basically going to try and make them look as natural as possible and make them match up to my own hair as well as I can. I have all my sets of human hair extensions here that I have gathered over the years. I have a couple, and I'm gonna start by determining which one is the closest match to my current hair color. My hair tends to change color a little bit throughout the year. It's pretty funny, you can see it if you watch back old videos. And it usually gets a little bit lighter around this time of year, but we've had a very cold spring and I haven't been outside much, so I feel like my hair is still fairly wintry and dark. This set right here is a pretty perfect match to my summer hair normally, but I think it might be a little too light right now. Yeah, it is still a fantastic match, but I think it's just a touch too light. It's a perfect match to my ends, but up top here is just a bit too light. This one does have a lot of color variation. I believe these are my Zala extensions. I'll see if I can link them below. You know what? Let's put those to the side as a good candidate. These are my Ruse hair clip-ins. I believe this wasn't the best color match. Huh. Okay, maybe I'm wrong there. It is just that one shade darker than the Zala set. This one's actually really good. I'm just thinking maybe it's a bit too red, this one. Okay, actually holding them up now, I do prefer this one. I feel like the shade is just a little bit closer. This one is just a touch too red. I feel like this one will blend in more naturally. What set is this? I'm not entirely sure which brand this is, but... oh no, that's a Nope. I can tell straight away this is too dark and chestnutty, I guess. And the structure of the hair isn't right, so no, this is a Nope. Oh, it's my Bellamy set. Yeah. By the way, for those of you who are new to my channel, I was a hairstyling channel for 10 years, more or less. So that is why I have all of these hair extensions. I think this is my oldest set, and that one is very much too red. Again, I need a bit more of a yellow. Okay, no, I think it's gonna be the Zala set after all. I'm gonna go ahead and take a look in my tool mirror so that I can see myself from a bit of a distance and decide whether I want 1 or 2 strips. All right, 2 strips it is. Looks a little something like this now. And I definitely need to trim this because it doesn't look natural at all. Just very obviously is not my hair. So I'm gonna start by just combing this out. I just split my hair down the center. Pull it forward. Then join it up here. Oh, so much hair. Oh, look at all this hair. I wish I had that much hair. I used to have this much hair already, so I can more or less see where my hair ends now. My hair ends about here. So I think I'm gonna cut it a little bit longer than that. You know what, so let's start with even less. Because I can always cut more, but I can't grow this back. This is someone else's hair. Okay, that is definitely still too long. I'm gonna cut off a bigger chunk now. Now I think before I decide whether I want to shorten this even more, I think I'm going to start by thinning it out first, because that should take a little bit of the visual length off in any case. Wait, so how am I going to do this without cutting into my own hair? Maybe I should take the extensions out now that I have cut them to more or less the right length. I'm going to clip these onto each other so that the ends match up. So what I think I'm going to do now is to cut into it the way I would cut my bangs. So that would just be a little bit like this. Make it a bit more piecey. I'm doing this very clumsily. better, I think. So now I'm gonna take these. Are these called thinning shears? So I'm gonna use that. That should really help thin out my ends. Should I try it on again? See how it looks on me? Okay, so then if I put up the top half of my hair, it'll probably come out looking a little something like this. Let me check that from the back. I like it. I think you can still very much tell, you know, where my own layer of hair is, but I am gonna have my hair curled, and I think when I do that, it's gonna be perfect. Just thinking, do I want to take more length off? Oh, it's not actually that much longer than my own hair. My own hair comes down to here. My ends are just very thin. I think this will look nice with my dress, and if I curl it, it's gonna spring up even more and look a little bit shorter. I'm gonna leave it at this. Pretty pleased with the results. Something else I have been doing is I have finally, for the first time in my life, kept up a skincare routine of more than one step. I am usually so bad with skincare, but I got sent a complete skincare routine of, like, you know, natural vegan skincare a few months back for a sponsorship, and I have been using these products consistently, keeping the wedding in mind. I wanted my skin to look as good as possible, and I feel like it has actually made a difference even in my skin, which was already pretty good going into it. But I also just really enjoy taking that moment to pamper myself. So that is something fairly new in my routine that I have kept up consistently, surprisingly enough. Although I must admit, I only do my skincare in the morning now, and I need to also start doing it at night. So I think maybe now is a good time to start, 2 weeks before the wedding. I have also been using, and this has been fantastic, Eyelash Serum. This is one that I used in an Instagram collaboration with the brand also a few months ago, and I used it then for the collaboration. Then I put it aside for a few weeks, and then I started using it again a couple months before, I think 3 months before the wedding, in the hopes that my lashes would grow long enough so that I don't have to wear false eyelashes, because I love the look of false eyelashes on myself. I love, you know, large, luscious lashes, but I hate the feeling of false eyelashes, and trying to imagine myself wearing them all day. I just can't imagine that going well, and they usually start to peel in the corners on my eyes fairly quickly. So I was hoping that this would allow me to, you know, get around that, and it has worked, guys. My lashes are so long. Let me come up closer and show you. That is, I think the last thing, aside from my nails, which my hands always look fairly bad. My hands go through a lot, but I have been trying to keep them looking nice and neat. So I've been paying a lot of extra attention to my cuticles, using oils regularly and hand creams and stuff. I have this pump of body lotion on my desk that I just use all day long, and then I use a proper hand cream at night, and that has been great as well. I did book a manicure for a couple of days before the wedding. I think that's gonna be my first proper manicure at a salon. A little bit nervous about that. I hope they won't come in with all of those tools. From here on out, we are going to have some more wedding content on this channel. It is pretty much all I can think about right now, and a pretty all-consuming event in my life. So I still plan to share my hair and makeup with you. I'm gonna do my own hair and makeup, and I'm gonna show you how I do that. And I am, of course, going to be sharing my wedding dress and the process of making the dress. It is still not finished, but I'm almost there. I know I will get it done on time, but yeah, it is still not finished. But I will share the process with you soon. And the review, it's going to be the first video that goes up after the wedding. So I'm really, really excited. Can't wait to share that with you. But I'm going to end this video here. I really hope you enjoyed, guys. If you're not into the wedding content, don't worry. I will go back to my regularly scheduled content after the wedding dress reveal, so it's only gonna be 2 or 3 videos. If you did enjoy, don't forget to give a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for lots more beauty, fashion, lifestyle, and sewing content. Don't forget to check out Kenzie in the description box below. You can use code Loepsie to get $50 off of your purchase. Definitely go check them out. Thank you so much, Kenzie, for sponsoring this video again. There is another video here that I think you might also enjoy. You can go watch next. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you very soon in my next video. Bye!